Welcome to this edition of The Weekly, the voice of model students. I'm your host, Liz Dickerson. Even though much of the state of Kentucky has seen a surge of COVID cases leading up to the school year, Model has started back fully in person. Safety measures are still in place, including the wearing of masks indoors and contact tracing. J.T. Coy and Thomas Luxon interviewed students about how the first month of school is and isn't back to normal.
Like, for everybody, it affected me a lot, especially at the beginning. You know, you couldn't go anywhere, school was out, and my sport, swimming, was put off for a few months.
Due to COVID, we had some issues in my last school, and I think I probably would have had a bit better grades had we not had COVID, and it ended up, cutting off the last part of 1 year of school.
It limited some of my sports and what I was able to do for them. Whenever we had a sports game, we had to sit on the bench and keep a mask on, and we could only take it off for water.
COVID affected me as an athlete because it took a big toll since we couldn't practice as much.
Last year, it affected my learning a lot because we were out of school a lot, and a lot of the assignments were online, so I pushed off a lot of assignments, and sometimes I got behind on my work because of so.
Pretty negatively, I did not do very well with the hybrid and online schooling. That was unfortunate, and I think I really would have done better in person if we had been the whole year last year.
It had limited how well I could hear the teachers and how much of worksheets and packets they could give us.
It didn't really affect my learning as much as it did other people.
What are you doing to stay safe?
I try to hang out with only a certain group of people that I know have been vaccinated and that wear masks usually.
Wear masks when I'm out in public or around large groups of people.
I got my vaccination, and I've been staying indoors, washing my hands, and all that kind of stuff.
How do you feel about wearing masks in school?
I don't really like it because it's just I get overheated and stuff. It's just you can't really hear anybody speak, especially the teacher.
I'm okay with it. I don't mind it too much, frankly.
To keep up with the number of active COVID cases and quarantines for Model students and staff, just go to model.eku.edu and click on the Healthy at Model link. This year's book fair is quickly approaching. First-year broadcasting students Tyler Sayer, Chloe Harris, and Jesse King talked to the new librarian and secondary principal about this event.
I'm really excited. It's my first in-person book fair. Last year I did a virtual one, so I'm really excited for an in-person book fair. It's going to be amazing. The whole library is going to be completely full of colors and books and lots of fun things to explore and buy. I think it'll give them a really good experience to be in a book fair setting versus last year and this year, everything has been very stay in your seat. It's great to move around and be able to look at great books and great activities. I think it's going to be really exciting and very colorful.
I love a good book fair. I think it'll be great. I think the fact that we can actually have a book fair again this year is a great thing. You know, one in which people can actually get a hold of a book and really look at it and have the opportunity to choose one that's right for them.
I think it helps their social skills. It helps you talk to people when you're buying stuff, when you're browsing, asking people, oh, I have $10. It's great for real world experience, but also just seeing tons of great books that we may not have here. I think it'll be really exciting. Kind of think what you want ahead of time, but also it's just fun to browse. You know, you get to walk around, see new books, tell your parents, tell your friends, in other classes to make sure they're ready. We'll have an e-wallet, which means you can get a gift card online, so you don't even need to bring money. So it's going to be a lot easier and a lot faster, too.
Just I hope everybody enjoys the opportunity to find a new good book to read or two and take advantage of it, and hope you all enjoy.
The elementary book fair runs from September 27th to October 1st. Last week, one of our own teachers was honored with a big award and grant. In this report, we find out what this means for the program she's building.
Last week, Miss Mayer was awarded $1,000 by the Extra Yard for Teachers campaign to continue her work in the leadership program. She explained what the leadership program is and how this award has impacted her.
Well, the leadership program at Model is here to focus on helping students develop their personal skills with speaking in front of others, getting that confidence to where they can present, and then also having those soft skills to where when they meet new people or if they go into interview, to help guide some of the new parents and students in our school. They're confident in those things and they aren't afraid to meet new people. I was so surprised and very humbled to be the recipient of that award. On Tuesday, I had Matt Roan, the athletic director of EKU, surprise me in my classroom, and he came in and presented me with $1,000 for my class based on the work that I've done with the leadership program. Everybody was very supportive and very, very sweet, and so it was a really nice evening.
She also shared what the Extra Yard for Teachers campaign is.
That is a national program, and it's a way for college athletics to recognize the teachers in their community who kind of go above and beyond. And so the College of Education, there was a group of those teachers, professors, and some of the administrators that came together and nominated me for that award. And so, like I said, they went to the athletic director, and from there he came and presented me with the award and the check.
Ms. Mayer is a very good teacher because she explains everything, and she does a lot of interactive teaching where we get to do stuff with her.
She's just really nice, and she explains a lot of things, and if we need help, she'll go over and she'll come and help us, and she does a lot of interactive and fun activities. And yeah, she's just a really good teacher overall.
And as a person, she's just a very good person. She's very nice, and she helps a lot with things that we were confused on, or things of that nature. But yeah, Miss Maris is overall a really good teacher and a person.
Reporting from Model Weekly, this is Hannah Hutchinson and Medella Bayer.
Later in the show, we'll have the story of one of Miss Mayer's leadership events from earlier this month. One of our own sophomores showed some leadership through a global service project. Here's the story of Juma Khan's trip to Kenya.
Last spring, sophomore Juma Khan provided toothbrushes for hundreds of children in Kenya as a part of a service project.
Over last year, it was 2020 to 2021, I hosted a dental drive in the second semester. My mom and our family was going over to Africa because she's from Kenya, and she had the idea of how I could go over to our school and we could collect toothbrush and toothpaste for kids in Kenya. We could donate them to a local school near the village where we were staying at. So I organized Student Y. They helped me a little bit with starting out the project. I got approval from Ms. Dedick to go through with it, and that's how it started.
The project was inspired by his mother, who also received a toothbrush as a child when she lived in Kenya.
I believe she said to me one time, whenever she was younger, she had received a toothbrush from some sort of organization that was doing a similar thing, where some sort of school had given her a toothbrush, and I guess that's how she had the idea.
So Juma came to us one day at a Student Y meeting, and he wanted to start a dental drive. He was going to Kenya over the summer, and he wanted to get some toothbrushes for the kids in the town that he was visiting.
It was a really cool experience to see how all the kids received us, giving back to them, giving us these things that maybe many of them wouldn't have had otherwise.
Oh yeah, I really liked it. I think it was a good thing. I know that we have a lot of resources here in America that places, other countries, other continents don't really have. So if we can readily give someone something that they don't have for basically free, I think we should do it.
Reporting from Model Weekly, this is Medella Bayer and Hannah Hutchinson.
Khan credits Model's staff and families with the many donations he received to make this project possible. Model Volleyball entered their third year of competition this summer with a new coach. After 2 seasons without a win, the team earned the program's first 3 wins. We caught up with the players and coach to talk about the big milestone.
Despite their late start to the sport, Model Lab has been making their impression in the sport of volleyball. We interviewed some of the teammates to see how this season has been going so far.
Sometimes it's difficult, and we had a rough season the past 2 years, so we had to keep trying. And so it was hard at times, but it's better now.
We have been scrimmaging a lot, especially against the older girls, and then just preparing for which teams we're playing and how they play.
We had conditioning since June, and it was a lot of work. And since we had a new coach, she kind of did new drills with us, and they were a little difficult at times, and it was really painful. And she made us work hard for how we are now.
Coach Turner, the new head coach of the volleyball team, gave her comments about this season.
This is my first year coaching at Model. It's been a lot of fun. We have 31 volleyball players, so we have quite a few people. We have beginners all the way from seniors who've played for a few years. So I played in high school, And my senior class, it's been a while, but we were runners-up in our KCAA championship, state championship.
Coach Ellie's great. She's hilarious. I love her.
I love her. She is absolutely amazing. She pushes us to our limits, and she always believes in us no matter what. And she doesn't yell at us for like mistakes, and she'll pull us out of a game and say, "Wow, you're doing great," and she'll compliment us all the time. And she has us do these exercises to make us like each other more, and I love her.
We have been practicing since June. We had open gyms, and then in July we've been practicing. So we have been working on foundational skills just to build from the ground up. I am very excited for the season. We have a lot of upcoming games and tournaments this weekend that we're looking forward to, and we expect some good things to keep happening.
I'm super excited.
I'm very excited.
Reporting for Model Weekly, this is Medella Bear and Hannah Hutchinson.
There's only a few more chances to see this year's squad in action. They play Bourbon County at home on Monday, September 27th at 7:30 p.m. Earlier this month, Model held an outdoor pep rally with the help of Miss Mayer's 7th grade leadership class. Here's a recap of how the event got students into the school spirit.
COVID-19 has had a major impact on schools all across the globe, including Model Lab. This year, Model was able to hold their first pep rally since the pandemic started. Miss Mayer was in charge of preparations.
So during the pep rally, we're doing a battle of the classes. So we have 7th through 12th grade, and they will compete against the different classes in a three-legged race. They'll also do a water balloon toss. We have a relay race, and then we also have tug of war.
We wanted to see how excited students were for the pep rally, so we interviewed some participants.
I'm doing a water balloon toss and tug of war.
I am playing tug of war. I think whoever we're going up against is going to have a hard time. I think we're going to do really good.
I'm so excited. Can't wait.
I'm very excited.
I just want to see you all happy. I want to see you all have some school spirit. I want to see you all excited to be back at school. I want to see you all cheering on for your classmates and hopefully see whichever class ends up winning the battle of the classes. We'll see what happens.
Reporting for Model Weekly, this is Medella Bear and Hannah Hutchinson.
The next pep rally will be held on Friday, October 8th to cap off Spirit Week. Don't forget to follow the Model Journalism and Yearbook staff on Instagram at ModelJournoYB. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on The Weekly.